guys, I hope you're doing well. It is Saturday in Texas. It is hot. I am home. I apologize. I know I really don't have a lot of makeup on. I've been home pretty much all day hanging out with the dog, still trying to get my apartment in order, and I have some severe allergies, so I'm trying not to break out into a coughing fit with you guys, but having a lot of makeup on with my allergies doesn't help, so forgive me if I look I don't know, like a normal person. Anyway, I want to talk to you guys about dupes and the importance of dupes, or the importance of understanding duplicates, especially in makeup. At least that's where it's gonna start. I have a friend named Emma. Shout out to my sister Emma in New York. Love her. She's just wonderful. She's a teacher. Let's say thank you for the teachers in the world, especially in New York. Mi tía. She's always texting me about dupes or what's coming back with MAC, or when something is coming back or launching and stuff, and she's so funny, and I so appreciate that she trusts me in kind of just knowing that part of the game. I try to be as familiar with all makeup brands as I possibly can, and I want to make sure that I can assist you guys properly when I speak about products in general, which is why I don't speak about all products very often. Now I'm going somewhere with this, so just hang in there with me. Today, and this has come up a couple of times between her and I as far as a duplicate goes, the loss of the lip lacquers from MAC. I don't know how many of you guys are old heads like me that remember lip varnishes, lip lacquers. I'm sorry, this is actually varnish, and I've had mine, and they are very old, but I haven't let them go because there's never been anything there to replace them. Now, in the conversation that she spoke of today via text message was, gosh Mo, is anything ever gonna come out like that? And I pulled out a bunch of stuff out of my kits and my drawers and things, and I can find duplicates, but in reality there's never gonna really be a texture just like the lip lacquers. However, I did in fact find what was a duplicate color, and there are some other duplicate colors. As a matter of fact, when I swatched it on my hand, and I will insert that here, you can see that the two come off identical. So this is the original lip lacquer in varnish from MAC from 1975. No, I'm just kidding, but it's really been around for a while. We discontinued these many years ago, and nothing really has come back besides chrome glass, which was just for a moment that were anything like this particular texture. The lip mixes, the metallic cream glosses that were very similar, they're also gone in most cases. But as far as color goes, the closest that I found was from, what is this, the Alluring Aquatic that came out last year. This is Water Deities, and is actually the closest in color when you swatch the two. Like I said, I put the picture in, so I don't want to swatch them again because I've got other products here. Just so for anybody that wants to know, that's one. Another one is also Metal Rock. The big thing about MAC's Metal Rock ever coming back. I don't think this is ever going to come back. This was out in 2009. I would be hesitant to purchase it from anybody who still had one because it's old, although it's baked and it may be brand new. The closest thing that I've ever seen is a blush by Black Radiance with something in the title about berry. I'm not quite sure. It's $6. The finish isn't exactly the same, but the color is almost identical. I'm going somewhere with this, guys. I want you to stay with me. Also, texture-wise and color-wise, the Pro Concealers, the LA Girl Pro Concealers, are very close to the NARS Radiant Cream Concealers, at least to me. Now, of course, the containers are different, and the applicators are also very different, and of course, the price variation is huge, probably by about $20 difference. I like them both, but I do favor the NARS over the LA Girl. But if you're looking for a dupe, this would be one from a texture perspective. With that said, here's the problem. I can tell you guys about duplicates all day long, but at the end of the day, you really want what you want. When Emma and I were having this conversation, and I continued to tell her about this Metal Rock duplicate by Black Radiance, it's a blush, I explained it, where you could get in that same context of that conversation. I said, but girl, you're really not gonna want that, because at the end of the day, you don't want a generic version of the real thing. You don't want a generic version of the real man that you want, just like you don't want a generic version of the medication that you really want, that you know works for you. Is the charge coming with me here? And this is a note to self, child. I woke up this morning in a great mood, and then I started to watch something that the bishop was saying about the in-between time, and I found myself crying. I had finally looked at my wedding dress for the very first time. I have actually never looked at my wedding dress. You guys know I was supposed to be married last year, and I just broke out in tears. Now, I didn't break out in tears because I'm not with that person. I broke out in tears because I felt like a failure, and I felt like, oh my gosh, I'm supposed to be married, and all of these other things. Why do I want a generic version of the right man? Or really the wrong man? You know what I mean? Well, I wanted a particular type of husband, or I knew there's a specific husband for me, but why would I take less than what was supposed to be there for me, right? So God had to postpone that for me. Now, I can't say that I've come across that person yet or not. Maybe I have, maybe I haven't. But what I won't do is take a generic version of what is right for me, okay? But why am I telling you about duplicates when you want the real thing no matter what? I mean, that's the reality. And I say this to you guys because why are we settling for less than what we know is right for us, okay? Now, makeup is a funny bird, okay? There's a lot of manufacturers on a high end and a low end, or a high end that may be manufacturing an identical product for a lesser price. And of course, from a logical and financial perspective, you want to go get what you can afford that still looks like the high end product that you want. Now, in some cases that may work. It may work for 4 hours instead of 8. I'm not telling you to always buy the high end product, but I am telling you to consider that there may be a difference in the outcome, and there may be a difference in how satisfied you are with buying that generic product or the low-end product at the end of the day. Now, I can't sleep on Wet n Wild shadows. You guys know I love them. And the Comfort Zone palette has 8 shadows that are identical to MAC shadows. Actually, I would even say in that case, the duplicate shadows would challenge MAC shadows. Real talk. Real talk. They're that good. But they are smaller. They're more fragile. They are in a smaller case. And if you're not super careful with them, they will completely fall apart on you. Whereas the MAC shadow is not just what you want and a few dollars more. It's sturdier, it's a little bit bigger, and it's probably gonna last you a bit longer wear time on your face and just in general. I have a digestive disorder and the doctor prescribed me something that I know always works because my tummy feels bad, I get nauseous. I love this particular prescription, and I hate to say it like that, but that's real talk. It's what makes my nausea go away immediately, okay? Now, the last time I went to the pharmacy, and I'm not going to say what it was, they gave me the generic version of this exact same medication. Not exact, but the exact same medication. They said, oh, this is a generic, it's cheaper, blah, 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 blah. It didn't do anything for me. So this time when she prescribed it back to the pharmacy, I went up there and specifically said, I don't want the generic version of that medication. I want that medication the way that it's supposed to be because that's what works for me. That's what's going to heal me and make me feel better immediately and in the right way. Why would I want to waste my time on the in-between time waiting for a generic version of the medication to work for me when it's not going to? Y'all know when y'all go to the beauty shop and there's that dude from the hood, which is cool, I ain't knocking anybody's hustle, that's gonna sell you that oil, right? That oil that he says is gonna last so much longer, and it's that natural oil, child, and it's gonna smell just like that Tom Ford does, and you just roll it on, and your man's gonna love it, Ooh, and it's only $5, or if you buy more, you can get a discount, and you're like, yeah, it smells good, you know, that little oil and stuff like that, blah, blah. You know, it's gonna smell just like your Tom Ford. No, it's not. No, it's not. It will for a minute. It may for an hour. It may for a couple of hours. But at the end of the day, it's really not going to be your Tom Ford. Now, I'm not telling you to go spend $200 or $300 on Tom Ford, but I am telling you that you're going to have to expect a bit of a different outcome if you're not willing to make the sacrifices to get what the real deal is for your life, what the right thing is for your life. Now, the blessing of the in-between time is that you have the opportunity to wait until you can accumulate the resources or make the changes in your life and make the healing in your life so that you can get the absolute correct things that work for you in your life. Now, I'm using material things and medication and makeup and all these other things to basically tell you why you shouldn't settle for something that's less than what's actually for you. I think we have a bad habit of wanting to want something so bad that we'll take whatever comes in the in-between time to have it, and then wonder why it's not working for us, or wonder why we're having to do so much work to get it to work for us. And Riri Woo came out, everybody had to have it. Everybody said it was just like Ruby Woo. And in a lot of cases it is just like Ruby Woo. One's a little drier than the other. They both cost the same. They're both made by the same company. One was limited edition, one had Rihanna's name on it, one doesn't. But do you notice that Riri Woo doesn't exist anymore? And Ruby Woo is still there. And there's a reason for that. This is the one you didn't have to fight for so hard because it was the right thing for you in the first place. Does that make sense? So I want you guys to just think about that. I wanted to share that message with you. It's so heavy on my heart. I hope that I've articulated this well as I drink my Starbucks. And I do that because that's what's best for me. And I've had somebody say this to me several times. I don't know why you don't just get it from Quick Trip. I don't know why you don't just get it from so-and-so, or whatever, because it's not the same. This is what works for me. I would rather save my money to get what works for me and what's right for me and what really makes me happy than spend my money or my time on the in-between time to get something that I don't really enjoy just for the sake of having it in the in-between time. Because in the long term, it's really not going to make me happy anyway. So like I said, guys, if you have any questions about duplicates, you are always welcome to ask me. I will absolutely link my old video, if I can find it, to when I did a duplicate video. I'll always try to be helpful in that way and tell you affordable things. But what I don't want you to do, or anybody to do, and this is a note to myself as well, is to continue to settle for the generic versions of the real things that you actually want in your life. So as we go into our next week and we're dating and we're working and we're feeling like we're on borrowed time, or we're not walking in our right shoes and things feel out of sorts, it's that time that we need to start reevaluating. Are we walking in the real version of our life, or are we walking in the generic version of our life? I love you all, and I hope that you find that this is helpful, and I'll see you guys in the next go round. Bye!